I have a check engine light. I have 79,833 miles on this 2018 JL Wrangler. What happened is I got a ticking noise on bank one, and the way I diagnosed it was using a stethoscope. Well, I think 4 or 5 days later, I got a check engine light that said P21A on bank one, and I think it was something like an air to fuel mixture or something bad. I don't remember, but it did say bank one. So this project is going to be working on bank one. I'm assuming it's going to probably be the exhaust rocker arm, due to it having the roller in the middle of the rocker, if I'm saying that right. So yeah, let's get into it. Now before we start, when I stethoscoped it, I'm hearing it back here where the PCV is at. When I was using the stethoscope, I went to bank two, didn't hear nothing on bank two. And when I'm bank one, I heard it on bank one. I put it on the front of cylinder one, and I hear it ticking, but it wasn't as loud. And I went to cylinder three, I was starting to hear it get louder, but as soon as I got to cylinder five, I could just hear the ticking right there in the back end. So what we're gonna have to do is take off the intake. I gotta take the battery. It's also an auxiliary battery. I gotta take the fuse box. I gotta take everything that holds the battery tray. I gotta take it off. And then you gotta take off the wheel fairing, just to get to the valve cover. So I'm gonna do this all tonight, and then tomorrow I'll start working on the coolant line. I'll start draining the coolant, and then yeah, we'll get into it.
2 bolts over here, 2 bolts over there. We just have to take this fuse box off, and yeah. It's good to have a magnet with you. It makes it easier to get the bolts. For that one, you're gonna need it's a 9/32. I can't do on top of my head what is it in metric, but you have two more bolts in here. Actually, 2 more nuts, and those are gonna be 10 millimeters. So doors are out. Ooh. Alright. 1 and 2. And then from there, I should be able to get this cover off. So that's off. I'll put this under the Jeep. So all the plastic parts I'm taking off, I'm putting it under the Jeep. I feel like that's the safest spot. Oh, this is the fun part. I gotta get to the auxiliary battery. And it should be another bolt. I mean, another nut right there. Actually, my bad. There's one more. So If you ever have to replace your auxiliary battery, this is how you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to take this fuse box off. But I also heard people go under the wheelhouse, take the wheelhouse off, and there's a cover from the bottom to grab. Oops, I never done it that way. I always done for the fuse box. I've done it at least 4 times, so I feel comfortable doing it this way. I just removed the battery box. Took me a little longer than I thought it would be. I definitely need to take off the wheel housing. Not a lot, just a little bit. Got 2 bolts, 1 and 2, and I got some clips, but you gotta go under here to remove 3 10mm bolts, which covers the auxiliary battery. You gotta remove that, and then from there you should be able to remove the battery the plastic battery housing. First time doing it, but at least I know how to do it. So next time, if I need to remove it for anything, I know what to do. Day 2, I started removing the cooler on top of the bank 1 valve cover. I didn't do a full drain. I just started taking them off. Started draining from the valve cover itself. And you're gonna have some spillage. I mean, there's no way getting around it. You are gonna lose some coolant. But what I did was I put gloves at the end of the hoses and zip tie them just to keep the coolant from more coolant coming out, and then also to keep it from any debris to go inside. So it's moving along. I'm gonna start removing the coils and also the fuel injector cables, and then start working on the camshaft sensors, and then I'll work my way into the PCV on the back. Well, hopefully I get it done soon. So I took off the coils, unplugged the fuel injector plugs and also the coil plugs. Took off the camshaft sensor, PCV. What else? Well, pretty much got all the harness pushed over to the side. Now I'm gonna start taking off the valve cover. So I took the valve cover off. I got the phasers lined up, made my mark. You can see it here, marked it on chain. Inspected it, and the cam looks fine. It does seem like it's starting to show some scoring, but I don't feel a lip. This is where I initially heard it, was one of these two. But I'm also gonna check the intake cam as well. But the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the exhaust cam, inspect it again, look at the rocker arm, the lifters, and yep, all these are gonna be replaced. And because I assume it was the exhaust. But if I'm wrong, then I'm gonna have to go to the dealer and get lifters and rocker arms. I mean, these are very expensive. I don't remember how much they are, but it's more expensive than the exhaust. We got a fan there. So I just broke loose the torque bolts. I'm gonna start getting the special tool to loosen up the timing chain, and then I'll start taking off the cam. Exhaust. New intake camshaft installed with new intake rocker arms. So this should fix the ticking noise, because this old camshaft, the lobes have been eaten quite a while.